Hi guys. Oh, what a fucking wow. 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 Just no words for it, man. You know. I'm not going to be doing videos nearly as often as I used to, because I just haven't the wherewithal. So much of what I'm seeing, I just can't put into words. And also I'm often in states when I'm purging and going through alchemization, as it were, where if I did a video I would literally just be indulging the hell contagion and, you know, talking about this, that and the other, and I'm beginning to understand now that it just won't serve me or anyone else, so it's pointless doing that. So I will do a video when I feel guided deeply and genuinely to do a video, but I won't, and that will be it. You know, I don't care about viewing figures anymore, because one thing has become really obvious to me now, is that I can do a video full of vitriol, full of hate, full of rage, full of basically passive aggressive self-hating victimhood and NPC bashing, and it will get massive hits, you know, massive hits. And then I will do a video about the inner work, about going through the eye of the needle, about actually being genuine and doing the work. And it doesn't get anywhere near the same response, and that tells me a hell of a lot. It really does. That is very indicative of something here that I've become very aware of. People, no, right, this is just something that I've experienced this morning, and it's just so annoying that my neighbour, who's frankly don't like the guy at all, the minute I sit down, do this video, he starts fucking around with his bloody smart meter. And I'm not going to let it stop me. I will do this video regardless. Just a minute guys, I just gotta, yeah. I know this for myself. I cannot speak for anybody else, but I know this for myself. Is that I've walked alone my entire fucking life until I met my best friend Stephen, who was on the page, and that was a fantastic, a tremendous blessing the day that I met Stephen. You know, but I still feel this overwhelming sense of aloneness. Not only that, not only of aloneness, but of this overwhelming knowing that there is no safety here. The fact is that a true soul traveler, well, again, I can only really speak for myself, so, you know, people are horrible. They're horrible. They are fucking horrible. They are two-faced, duplicitous, selfish, dishonest, disloyal. There's all kinds. The list goes on and on and on. They're cliquey. There is a cliquiness, an egotistical, weird cliquiness that pervades this realm, that I come across again and again as well. You know, there is this addiction, this weird codependent. We're all in this together, but when you really scratch the surface, it's like, hey, you're all living in fantasy land. You're not doing the inner work. But of course, none of it is fucking real. It isn't real. This, oh, here he is again. Fuck off. Oh, it's like, I feel like I was poof, ejected here into this thing everybody keeps referring to as reality, which is given that name on purpose, absolutely, because it isn't real and it's not reality, not at all. But the trauma and the mind control reinforces it. Mundane reality reinforcement, right? It puts you in it. It anchors you in it. Because it creates a certain type of consciousness that you engage with and stay in until you become aware of what is going on, the polarity and the choice ultimately that you have to make that will enable you to go through the eye of the needle. That moment, omega point, going through the eye of the needle, is something that is only for very, very, very few. I am not coming across people who are able to do that, or who will be able to do that, because people seem, I mean, literally the time of revelation, man. Everybody is being, everything is being revealed. You know, it means that you will awaken more and more and more, and you will see more and more and more clearly the truth of it all. The truth of people. People will be leaving your life and falling away like never before, because, you know, situations will happen where you're in need, where you need some love or some support, and they will not be there for you. They will just drop you like a stone. They won't give a fuck. You know. It's a tough lesson, it's a hard lesson, but it will tell you, it will show you who is for real and who is not, who is true and who is not. And believe me, a true soul traveler walks alone. We're scattered across this ocean. I get the occasional comment that I think, wow, yeah, there's one, possibly, because of course anybody can talk the talk, anybody. I've come across a vast array of people who are very, 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 very good at talking the talk, but I pay attention. Very few people realize this, you know, because I'm outgoing, I'm outgoing person, I'm you know, whatever, but I pay very close attention to people. And I've become aware that it's cliquey, it's fake, people aren't real, they're just, they don't, it's just all part of the swirl that we call reality, that everybody keeps referring to as reality. It's a swirl, it's not real, it's like, what the fuck? It's all designed to reinforce your trauma again and again and again and again, and betrayal is a big part of that. You know, bullying in school, bullying by your own family, bullying in your communities, everywhere you go, you're like a fucking leper. You know, and it's always this thing, oh, well, the majority, if the majority believes something, then it's true, which means you're wrong. And of course, you're always on your own, surrounded by enemies, trying to gaslight you, manipulate you, destroy you, or get you to destroy yourself or annihilate you one way or another, hurt you, traumatize you, break you, rip you apart. I mean, wow, I was listening to a live stream by this woman that, you know, whose channel I subscribe to, and who, not that I resonate with her, because I don't, because there's just something on the external, I couldn't care less, but every now and then yeah, anyway, I have my own process and reasons for why I will watch certain videos. Because Spirit, the Great Mother, tells me, watch this, and I'll watch it and I'll listen, and I will get messages, often enough not at all pertaining to the general message or reason for the video at all, or the person making the video. Just, you know, it's I call it the Maverick effect. It's a synchronicity thing, but it's way beyond that. It's way bigger than that. It's been in my entire life, you see, so I trust it. But there was this live chat on Telegram, and so other people could chime in, and they did, and I'm there, and I'm listening, and now these people supposedly are souled beings, awakening, and this and the other. But the garbage that they were talking about, it made me realize, wow. There was this one woman who lives in this beautiful, she was going on about her home and her big garden and how she lives in nature surrounded by forest and, you know, blah. And I'm like, right, okay, so you do not have a fucking clue what it's like to really suffer, to be all alone, to be the outcast, the scapegoat, to be terrified for your fucking life, to feel so horrifically abused that you literally are just, oh wow, the fear of the knowing that you're not safe, that you're surrounded, whatever, all of this, like not having been able to function at all, not, you know, and living in a world where to be able to function and have money and status is the be all and end all, and if you don't have that, you're a worthless piece of garbage, and all the cliquey people, blah blah blah, and all the voices and all the fucking, if you're not one of us, then, you know, oh, all of it just really brought it out. It was a massive key, really, you know, trigger point. But that's what you get in this world. These people that they're not doing the work. Well, you get these people just indulging the dark sides, you know, the trauma that has made you think all these dark thoughts and make you feel all these horrible feelings and makes you so dysfunctional. You're meant to, yeah, do the work. You're not meant to indulge it and let it run your show. And this is, wow. Or all the narcissists and the mimics talking about how, oh yes, I'm a true soul and I'm here and it's like, no, actually you're a victim narcissist. You're full of shit. Because they're always suffering and they're always unhappy, but they never ever gain any wisdom, they never gain any compassion, they never gain anything at all. Same, but they're very clever at evading, evading being seen. I mean, codependent narcissism is another one, where many years ago I came across this story, I can't remember where, but it was a gay couple in a relationship, and one of them was tested positive for AIDS, and he was very sick and he was going to die. So the other guy got himself infected with HIV on purpose because he thought codependently that was the thing to do, and it was just they were both of them totally glued in to this whole fantasy drama of codependent toxic weirdness, where this is you know, I can't even put it into words, but I've come across this a lot. People play this out a lot, and it is narcissism. It's like they live in a fantasy world, and to create this whole story. And yeah, there is a story here. We're in it. I'm in it. But I have noticed this, that to really get into the very heart of this, of the whys and the wherefores of how to get out, and it's not like, oh, well, I don't like this room, so I'm gonna break the door down and leave and go to another room. It isn't like that at all. Oh, I feel so deeply I am literally just speechless with the fucking total lack of integrity of it all. People, everything, all of it. It's appalling. It's just appalling. It is so fucking bad, and it hurts so fucking much. It hurts. But that, I really feel, is just about right when you're an actual soul traveler. I think that is just about right. The whole world is set against you for a reason. Yes. Its existence utterly depends on you staying trapped in the hell contagion consciousness. There are two consciousnesses. The hell contagion consciousness and the true self consciousness. And the true self consciousness is, if you truly do the work, it's what you will get back to. But to get to it, wow, fuck. And you have the dark generator there telling you, wow, the whole toxic shame construct and all the lies and all the manipulations and all the gaslighting and a lot of it. Well, let's just say that there is a part of us that is very complicit with it all, that listens to it, believes it. Let's just say that you get to a point where you understand how you abuse yourself, how you torture and torment yourself. And it's no good blaming anything outside when you yourself are guilty too. You have to face that. You have to really face that and really be with that and sit with that and look at that and acknowledge that and come to a place of reconciliation about that. You have to. There's no other way. It's all trauma, PTSD. It's not, but the enemy within, it is the enemy within that has to be faced. The woundedness, all the abuse that is levied upon a person, a soul, truly souled being in their exit life. That's what I call it. I don't, strictly speaking, right, remember past lives. Everybody on the external plane goes on and on and on about past lives, right? About the information swirl that is reality. Oh, this, and oh, ascension, and oh, the event, and oh, NDEs, and heaven, and hell, and the light body, and twin flames, and oh, and everybody knows, and then, but you get these cliques. It's like I notice that you get this whole clique of people that are for all they ever talk about is Tartaria and the mud flood. That's it, right? Never mind the fact that there are giant trees everywhere, or giant people that are now turned to rock giants. No, but just focus on that, and then you get another clique, and they'll just focus on the giant rock people, but they never talk about Tartaria. There's all this, the light body, or the law of attraction. The whole thing, all the stories, all the narratives, all the cliquey ego people that aren't real and they're all full of shit, all that crap is there to fold you in and distract you from the only truth that will save you, which lies within you. You know, when you feel like watching a video and the person speaking, you know, it's like they talk a whole lot of garbage, but at 3 minutes 51 seconds in they say something that goes ping for you. That's the only reason I watch videos now, seriously, because it's all bullshit mostly. It really fucking is. Excuse me. The reason you get that ping is because your true self-consciousness is in there saying, you know that's true, and you do. But of course, trusting yourself is one of the most precious commodities that you stand to gain, and indeed need to gain back. For without it, you ain't going nowhere. There is a shitload of hurt here for any true soul traveler. And it is inevitable, totally and utterly inevitable, for a true soul traveler that we have to mulch through all that hurt. I mean, it is gigantic, and it is indescribable, and it is totally beyond language. And we have to work through it, bit by bit by bit. And we will believe the dark generator and all its nefarious gaslighty lies that, oh, you're trapped here forever, you're never going to get out. Basically, it's all based on you're powerless and you're worthless and you don't even deserve to exist and you're a powerless victim, which makes you actually hate yourself. But of course, no, I don't hate myself, there's no such thing, and blah, and are, and you're literally lost, believing yourself to have been found and all that. I've been there, but I get out of it again and again and again. I emerge again and again and again, and I see more and I get more. It was like I was in the car with my friends on Saturday, and we had to go somewhere. It took about 40 minutes to get there, and it was, beyond the shadow of a doubt, the worst 40 minutes in a car either of us had ever had. Dark. Fuck. Wow. I mean, the squalor of it all. Dead animals everywhere. Grey leaden skies. People in cars with masks on. All of it was evil and dark and a grotesque abomination. But we felt it. It was like, wow, what am I feeling? What does that mean? How can I gain an understanding as to what is this? What am I feeling? And it was like, yes, alone, not safe. And just this sense of, and this is very difficult for a lot of people. In fact, I'd say that it's nigh impossible for a lot of people, souls, to get to terms with the fact how we harm ourselves, how we torment ourselves. It's so bad that we take that and project it outward to, oh, it's demons. Yeah, this is demonic attack. That's what it is. When no, you're doing that to yourself. And I became super aware of that, of this weird, the narcissistic relationship, you know, when your parents were stood over you, threatening the fuck out of you and abusing you verbally, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, right? You learn to treat yourself the way you were treated as a child. Alright? That is part of the whole hijack. So you do that to yourself, but you cannot face that fact. So you blame it, you know, it's there, it's over there, it's him, it's her, it's the demons. So I've been aware of that for years anyway, but you know, it's layer after layer after layer. You have to go into it, really see it, really get it, really feel it, really heal it. Ooh. And then there was this other aspect of, I'm not going to trust the light, the Great Mother. I'm not, or myself, or my true self-conscious. Now, I'm not going to trust it because I am in hell and it put me there, right? The cosmic quincunx, because that is a bit of a fucker. And that brings you back to the whole kind of leap of faith thing again. Because unless you take a gamble and step into the light and surrender your hatred and your vengeance and your self-deception and gaslighting and self-torment, unless you let that go and surrender and step in the light, you're going to be trapped in the hell contagion. You're going to see yourself and reality a certain way. You're going to keep creating it again and again and again and again and again. You're stuck in hell and you won't let yourself leave. You will see problems. You will hate. You will suspect. You will be in that. You will be demonic. You will be possessed. You will be spellbound. The leap of faith is the only way out. And that will not happen overnight. It is going through the needle happens by degrees. It's a process of surrender. Not surrender, oh, I surrender to my enemies. No, but surrender as in letting go. It's so hard. It's like even now when I just saw my neighbour. I mean, I felt intense feelings because, you know, you gotta wonder, right? As I do. It's like, why do I feel this way? I always ask myself this. I introspect 24/7. I don't let anything get past me. I can't afford to. Trauma-based mind control is, you know, so that it's incredible. So yeah, I am not going to step into the light because the light is what put me here and I've been betrayed. Your true self has betrayed you. Here's the thing. When you cannot see the merit of this experience, you're going to think it's all evil, it's all demonic, you're trapped here forever. And you tell yourself that, right? Now that is self-torment, but you won't see that. You won't get that, you know. And when somebody points it out to you, you'll get very angry and defensive and whatever, but you know. I remember a moment many years ago where I was sat on a bench, and this was in the early days of my so-called awakening. I was outside the hospital actually, and I became aware of the birds. You know, there were crows everywhere, and I like crows, but I'd never really thought about it. And I became aware of the trees and the sun and the birds, and I felt it all. I felt it. And then I became acutely aware of nobody else doing that at all. It was a very profound moment for me, very pivotal actually. I've had many experiences in this hell realm that are profoundly fucking meaningful and nourishing. I have my Maverick Effect experience where I see the interconnectedness of everything and how incredible that is. I mean, wow. How I've seen the meaning, I've seen the fucking gold, you know, and I've done my inner work and I continue to do my inner work like a fucking complex mining operation. You get better and better at identifying the voices, the lies, the manipulation, the gaslighting, and not letting it run your show. Well, that is if you're for real, you know. But inevitably you have to go through the and not knowing and not care and not getting it, and you have to, it's just par for the course. But then you get to a point where you realize, I see it now. Yeah, I see it. You get it. Doesn't mean you've arrived, but you get it. Hell can take your consciousness. I see how that operates. I see what it does. Literally, the poison in the water, you know, conflict, suspicion, antagonism. You know, you know, like, whoa, like, fucking hell. You're literally a Horcrux. You just, you know, like in Harry Potter. There's also all these elements of ego where you think it's like, oh, this is right, and yes, it's like this, and it's like that, but in fact, no, it isn't, and it isn't, and it isn't. Just like all the cliquey people, you know, with their fucking, we're all into this, and we're all over there, and we're all clicky, and it's all the emoji business, and thinking that you can forge great, wonderful, long-lasting relationships with other clicky people, and it's all online, but in fact it's just a load of lies and garbage. It really is quite bad. And it's all there to lure you in and keep you distracted and keep you blinded, because that is what this is all about, you know. Deaf, dumb and blind, and the blind leading the blind, and all going around in circles, and catch-22 insanity bullshit, right? Like this notion that, you know, we're gonna get together in a group and we're gonna bust our way out of the matrix and all this type of shit. And you know, you gotta go there. If that's where you feel like going, go there, do that. Because we've all got places to go and experiences to have, and they are a pivotal part of our journey. So if that's where you're at and you're over there doing that, great, go for it. But keep fucking being honest with yourself as much as you can be, because without that, you're irretrievably lost. The true self-consciousness, it's like you know, one of the films that I always really liked was Indiana Jones, and was it the Holy Grail? Well, it's where he goes looking for the Holy Grail, you know, his dad's in it and all that, and he has to cross this abyss to get to the other side, and there's this knight who's been sitting there for like, I don't know, 1,000 years, God, he must be bored, with the Holy Grail, which is just this cup of wood, which is interesting as well. Very, you know, it's not this great goblet of gold with rubies on. No, it's a simple wooden cup, and I love that very much. But anyway, he has to cross the abyss, and there's nothing. It's just a great big gaping crevasse with nothing, you know, black terror. And he has to take a leap of faith. He has to put his foot down, and when he does, the path opens up. Oh yeah, it's there in front of him, and that is what this is too. You cannot enter heaven with the consciousness of hell. But until you are ready to relinquish your hell contagion, and that in and of itself is a journey, until you are ready, you will not get that. And that's alright too, because having that hell contagion consciousness and living that and squirming like a worm on a hook in that is par for the course. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, despite everything, this experience has merit. If you cannot see that, if you cannot see what you might have forged from being here, which isn't really, it's not being here, it's what you've projected, what you've created temporarily. We're never meant to do it forever, but it was a temporary experience of duality, just such a ridiculous word anyway, but you know. But hey, courage, bravery, stamina, the need to develop more integrity, honesty, I mean, patience. It's very hard for some people, very hard for me. I'm not a patient person. I've had to cultivate patience. I have learned things here that are valuable to me. I have seen things, learned things, felt things, experienced things here that are valuable to me. And I'm never going to deny that by saying that it's all evil and it's all bad and I'm a powerless victim. No fucking way, I would never do that. But that is what it wants you to do. Oh yeah. The only way out is through. I know it's a platitude, but it's fucking true. The only way out is in and through. The true self-consciousness is infinite and can create anything. Because if you really stop and think about it, you spent your entire life thinking about what you don't want, fearing the bad things that are going to happen because they have happened. But how much time do you spend dreaming what you do want to create? And slowly but surely relinquishing and letting go the hell contagion, and being aware that on the other side in your true self-consciousness lies your ability to create, to manifest the light reset, the new, all around you, replacing this nightmare bit by bit. However this works, who knows, right? Who cares, as long as it happens. But this is not something, it's not a collective thing. This is a very personal journey. I've always said that. This is not a collective thing. This is not a clique of people getting together like on, I don't know, Beyond the Veils. Oh, God. None of that, no. We may connect with other soul travelers across the waves, but you will find time and time again that no two journeys are the same, and that this is not a collective thing. This isn't communism. It's a very personal thing, and only you can do your inner work and walk your path and find your way out. Create your way out. As indeed do I. It is that way I have found. Yeah. But it's really, really hard. This fucking resistance within us to the light. To putting our foot there and finding that the chasm does have a path over it, that we can cross it, that we can take that leap of faith, right? The resistance, whoa. And that is what the trauma was all about. All that woundedness, all that implied sense of betrayal by the Great Mother, your true self, whatever, you know. That is why it's a leap of faith. It's a gamble. It's like, well, okay, so I'm gonna do this, but I'm petrified because what if it is? And then, oh my God. But you'll find that when you do it, there is immediately a sense of peace, of yes, I know this is right. It shifts things energetically. It does that straight away. It's what happened on Saturday. That journey in the car. Oh, and we spoke about it afterwards, and we were literally just wow. But it was like that realization of that resistance within, and then this ability to lovingly embrace that part of myself that is so resistant, that torments me so, that's so filled with hate and rage, that is insane with the pain, that has learned how to treat me from my mother, brutalized me for all these years, thinking it was doing what it's supposed to do. The enemy within. So that was a big shift for me. That was a really big shift for me, you know. There was a great clear vision, a clarity, a point of clarity of yes, do you see? Yes. And that is what the shift is. It always was about love. But it's ongoing. And yeah, it will, the more you see, the harder it gets really, because you realize how fucking lonely you really are. People will hurt you as well. They will turn out not to be what you thought they were, and the world will turn out not to be what you wanted it to be. And often enough, you know, that there's so much shame, so much guilt, all of that as well, for where you were not what you wanted to be or thought yourself to be, you know, where you've let yourself down, where you've betrayed yourself, where you've hurt yourself, all of this, all of it. Oh, wow. it's terrifying to feel so alone and to feel so vulnerable and to feel so not safe and threatened, terrified, right? Especially because part of the healing process is where you get triggered, often enough by events or health problems that take you into the core of it, of your terror, of your loneliness, of your I am not safe, I'm not safe, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you know, it's appalling. Yeah. And oh boy, they love to rub salt in your wounds. These fucking weird people, these cliquey people with their big houses and their big gardens and a life that clearly hasn't been very difficult at all. But oh, I have such a difficult life. You know, it brings up your bile. You want to know where they live so you can go around there and fucking show them what it's been like for you, you know? Because for all that trauma and all that abuse that you have suffered as a soul traveller in this hell realm, there's going to be a shitload of hatred, and there's going to be a shitload of vengeance, and there's going to be a shitload of rage. And that's perfectly natural. Let's face it, guys, you know. And again, it's all part of the process. This is such a big thing, you know. It's so big. It's so big. Many times you will feel like giving up. You'll get this close to fucking calling it a day, literally committing suicide, but you just won't do it. You won't, because something will say no. Because deep down, when you really listen, and it's always there, you know, your true self is always there. Sometimes in the darkest of the dark, like that last Saturday, but then it came through for me, you know. Wow, in a big way, because I prayed and I said, great mother, I can't fucking do this anymore. What the fuck? This is fucking torture. And then poof, the truth. You know? So yeah. This is what it's like to be a warrior of light. You have to go to these darkest of the dark places within yourself to face the enemy within. That is self-love. That's true healing work. That is what is required to get through the eye of the needle, and that is what is required to cross the abyss, you know. Just because it's been horrifically difficult doesn't mean that we should stay with the victimhood, which is the passive-aggressive self-hate nastiness. But, you know, some of us will just languish there for the longest time when we don't really need to. It is possible to reach in to the light, to allow yourself to let go of that just a little bit and choose love. All true soul travelers are capable of that. It's hard going because, well, the trauma makes it so, but inevitably we always get back to that point, you know. But yeah, there's no denying the fact that this is just beyond fucking any kind of language. It's unspeakable, and it is. But just be aware, people, be aware that everything that is happening on the external is literally just a distortion. All the stuff, like I just said, oh, we're all Tatari and mud flood, and then you get them over there and they're all into that, and then they're over there and all the creaky, weird, egotistical nonsense of messiah complexes, and it's over here and it's over there. But when you really pay attention to reality, as I have for years now, you realize it is not at all linear. It is not at all one thing. It is not at all seamless either. It's a fucking distorted discombobulation of different timelines, different dimensions, different anything, and it is all just, you know. And according to where you're at, with regards to your consciousness shift from hell contagion to true self-consciousness, you're not gonna, But the more you do your inner work, the more you will see and get and understand, and your behavior will change towards others, towards yourself. It will all shift. And it is meaningful, and it is worthwhile. I know this from experience. And that is what self-love is to choose to see that and acknowledge that and say yes. And I give gratitude to myself for that, for everything that I am. Wow. I have courage, bravery, integrity. I am a being of light, and I love myself, rather than, oh, it's all shit and we're never going to get anywhere. Ooh. Which is the hell contagion and self-hate and self-torment. Ah, Lordy. It's a fucking thing, innit? You too will see the light. You will see that, and you will see the what's that? You know, the crossing. It is something that you commit to. It happens bit by bit. It's like, I get it now. There is no way to put that into words. You know it when it's happening. You know? I think I'll call it a day there, guys. But, yeah. All my love to all of you.